Okay, everyone, we're going to get started here. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Greg Yotis. I am the Senior Sales Director here for Life and Annuities at Pinnacle. And today we are going to be discussing the keys to having a successful retirement seminar. So, as always, if you have any questions during the presentation, please either use the question or the chat box, and I will answer those questions towards the end of our presentation today. So, uh, first, just wanted to show you for many of you, probably a refresher, but anyone who's new to Pinnacle, wanted to show you our Pinnacle website and all the great information that we have out there. Just want to highlight a couple of the very important sections to help you navigating through Pinnacle. So as you can see, there's our general number up there in the left-hand corner. Some spots that you want to take a look at. As you can see, product-wise, Pinnacle offers ACA, Medicare, annuities, final expense, auxiliary health, life, long-term care. So basically, we are a one-stop shop. You can offer all of those products through Pinnacle. As far as the services, we do have, our recorded webinars here in the webinar section. We do offer some discounted E&O, CE credits as well. Do want to highlight our newer BOSS platform, which is a back office system for agents that are with us. Gives you basically a full back office system plus a CRM. If you get a chance, please go in there. We have some recorded trainings. If you want to see exactly how that looks, there are a bunch of trainings on everything as far as the CRM demos and seeing how that agent portal can help you with your business. So take a look at that. As always, we have various lead programs that we partner with. So depending on whatever your budget is or what you're looking to do, we have a solution for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you want to find out more with those. Those lead programs are available to you if you are appointed with Pinnacle. So, and then finally, quoting any of our products here, you can quote for annuities using Annuity Rate Watch just by clicking on that. We have a final expense quoting tool. Our form section, so if you need the actual paper forms, is available to you. Also intertwined in that is our IGO e-app for submitting e-applications, long-term care quoting, and then here is our term GUL, so if you wanted to quote any term cases. Again, in our online enrollment here is where you can go for the e-apps. It takes you directly to that IGO e-app portal. And then for annuities, we have our Firelight annuity e-application system as well. So just to let you know, for the Firelight, you do have to actually register before you can use that. Pretty quick and simple. You can just either send me an email or we have on our banner ad on the website the instructions on actually signing it up. Basically, a few pieces of information, just your name, email address, phone number, and we can get you set up for that. And then finally, in our contracting section here, so if you are looking to partner and work with Pinnacle, you can simply hit the Contract Now button and complete our what we call a spot sign form and start that contracting process. For any of the individuals on the line that are already with us, of course, you can always, if you're looking to request any carriers, you can simply put the contract request in here, send that off, and we'll start that process of getting you appointed. So just briefly, just wanted to highlight some of those important information out there on our pfsinsurance.com website. And then let's get started here with our main presentation today, which is keys of hosting a successful retirement seminar. So as always, just to introduce myself again, I'm Greg Yotis, the Senior Sales Director. You see my contact information there, phone number and email address. I'm also joined by Mark Bolger, who's our Agent Care Specialist. But between both of us, we're here to support you, answer any product questions, and if you have questions on after this call today about getting into hosting retirement seminars, we are available to chat with you. Why would somebody want to have a retirement seminar, right? What would be driving it? And I just gave you some statistics to think about it, and just to have an idea of the pool of people that would be interested. 95% of retirement savers agree it's important to have a financial plan. So, 95% of the American population is out there thinking, hey, what do I need to do for retirement? So, and that can be anywhere from younger individuals to older individuals. But everyone has that on their mind, and everyone's planning for retirement. So, you know that you have a topic here, retirement seminars, that's going to resonate with people, and you're going to get some interest. 81% of retirement savers are concerned about, not having enough savings to last for retirement. That can, cross over into a few things, not only about having enough that you've actually saved, but other ways during retirement to protect those assets, and to cut costs as far as, those type of things that are going to, eat away at your retirement savings. So 81% of the people, or you can say 81% of the population, are unsure that they did enough in retirement. So a lot of people out there have questions. And then finally, 54% of the retirement savers report that they are considering some sort of guaranteed lifetime income, right? Something like a pension. As we all know, pensions are kind of, not many people out there have them these days. It's kind of on us to save, but I just highlight, one of the many retirement options to be able to give somebody a lifetime guaranteed income is using an annuity with a lifetime income rider. In a lot of cases, for some people, they're looking to supplement that, and you can use a universal or an indexed universal life product to help supplement some of that retirement income, and guarantee that through their retirement. So we talked about the kind of, everyone is interested in the retirement sector, right, in some form or fashion, whether it be, saving for retirement or getting ready for retirement and what they need to do. So, when hosting these retirement seminars, it's very important to define what your target audience is. You don't want to very tough in one seminar kind of touch on all the topics. So, a couple things you need to think about for the target audience. The age that you're targeting. Are you targeting people that are pre-retirement, people that are in the early stages of retirement, or already retired? All right. You want to gear your presentation towards some of those key age demographics, so you can, make sure the presentation is as most impactful as possible. In addition, it's always good to have like-minded people in the audience, because you're going to get a lot of the same questions, and questions that other people are going to be interested in. So another, when you're targeting that is thinking about the income level. You want to tailor your content to, their financial situation. Again, kind of very closely in line with, pre-retirees or people just starting. Is it people that are, already retired and looking for ways to improve their retirement situation like it is now? Those kind of things, and everyone's in a little bit of a different situation, but everyone at the end of the day has the same goal, to have a safe and secure retirement. So, other topics of interest also are going to resonate with those people. So, like we'll see in the future here, topics would include anything from in financial planning. So if you're talking about budgeting, investments, and where to invest their retirement savings, the effects of Social Security and how that impacts their retirement, Medicare costs. Many on the line are probably, Medicare agents, so you're very well versed in that and can definitely intertwine that with the whole financial planning aspect and how that could affect their retirement. And then finally, taxes is a big concern of many individuals, especially higher net worth individuals, because in a lot of cases, tax consequences are a big challenge to their retirement. Healthcare costs, like I said, the Medicare options, long-term care, other things for elder care is always a big topic, and really gets a lot of interest. People understand that the cost of long-term care just continues to go up, and want to prepare for that and have solutions to be able to assist or take care of those long-term care needs for elder people in their retirement who are having some medical issues. So, lifestyle, you want to talk about, what somebody's, ideal retirement looks like and get them to think. Even if they don't know, it's good to kind of bring those topics up and get them thinking about what would make or what they envision as a happy retirement, whether that be traveling, hobbies. There's always volunteer opportunities for those individuals that want to stay active and still be involved. So any of those topics can also be great ideas to help engage with the client or the attendees, and then just generate that buzz to get people in the seats. And then also, legal and estate planning. If you partner with any experts out there that may be, attorneys or anything like that, they can talk about wills, trusts, and power of attorneys, which are always big retirement conversations. Remember, you don't have to feel like you need to be the expert on all of these different topics. It's very important to kind of bring some experts into the fold and have them present alongside you. It just gives you that credibility, and it's nice when it looks like you have a team behind you to answer any and all questions. And then finally, when you are looking at those experts, you just want to make sure that those speakers, of course, are qualified and experienced. You want those speakers to be engaged and help drive that information clear and concise. So you do want to vet any experts that you're going to have speaking at your seminars, just to make sure that their presenting skills are on par and look professional, and their topics are right in line with what the people are expecting to get. So we'll actually kind of, now that we've talked about some of the ideas of, the topics and different segments you can target for these retirement seminars, how do you promote something like this? And how do you get people in the seats? And this is where we partner with a third-party vendor called Leading Response, and they're committed to basically fill in those seats, right? They're data driven. They're targeting specific people out there based on their demographics, and they're able to really kind of narrow in to the type of people that you want to have at your seminar. So working with them, we do have a relationship with them, so you're going to get a discount for being with Pinnacle, with working with Lead and Response. But they're going to target that specific audience you tell them to target, and they're going to get those people in the seats to attend the seminar. There's also ways to offer, free incentives for any of the people that are going to participate and be there, whether that be some free giveaways, discounts for anything, can be, there's a lot of options out there. You can give restaurant discounts, gift cards, anything like that to help promote and have them, feel pretty good about attending and walking away with something. Really, just at a nutshell, you just want to create as much buzz, whether it's marketing to, your current client base or having Leading Response market to specific demographics, whether on social media, email marketing, direct mailers, all those type of things are available to help fill those seats. Because at the end of the day, the more people you have attending your seminar, the more successful you're going to be. So, excuse me, once you've narrowed down, what topics you're going to concentrate on, we talked about having some experts on hand to help with presenting with you, and talk about some related topics for the retirement planning. You want to look at the venue that you're going to pick. And, I will say Some of the major things that you need to think about is the accessibility of the venue you're going to pick. In a lot of cases, you're going to be doing this in areas that you're already familiar with, so you probably know pretty good what the traffic patterns are and which places are easy for people to get or to access. So you definitely want to target places like that. And, just to give you a few ideas, some larger restaurants are always an option. Any type of hotels are a good option as well. Or you may have some other things locally that are available to you. Like I've seen people do seminars at bowling alleys, movie theaters, a lot of different options there. Leading Response will actually assist in narrowing down some venue places for you as well if you need help with that. You're going to want to choose a place that can hold the capacity that you're looking for. So you don't want to overbook the event and have too small of a, say, restaurant and have people standing the whole time. So you want to make sure the capacity is comfortable and well lit. Also, I would say in there, you're going to want to make sure that there's the amenities are on point for your attendees as well. So think about parking. You don't want to have something maybe in a downtown area where it's very tough to park. People may not attend just based on that. They don't want to deal with the headaches. Seating, like I said, you want it to be comfortable, plenty of seating for everyone. And also, because you're going to be presenting, you want to make sure whatever venue you choose that there's some audio visual equipment available that either you can bring in and set up or that the venue already has available to you so people can see your presentation. Finally, too, you want to make sure that people are walking away with handouts. So, you're going to want to have some marketing material on hand to give to your attendees, whether that be your information as the agent and your contact information and details how they can get a hold of you. Also, you can have some product information out there. A lot of different options you can have. The resources. So you want some resources that they can look up after the presentation. So whether it be on your website or outside resources, I definitely want to provide that so they can, dig in and explore a little bit more in detail of what the retirement seminar was designed to do. And then finally, I think most of us understand the whole aspect of presenting to a larger group, but just some reminders to make sure that you keep it interactive. You're going to want to definitely ask questions to all your attendees during the seminar. Make sure that it's very interactive. If I always say whenever you go into a situation like that, because some crowds are a little bit more timid than others, have some canned questions available. And even if you have some of your existing clients in there, maybe give them some questions to ask for you so you're already prepared and you can answer it. So that's a good technique to use. If you want to have breakout groups, small groups, then they can discuss various topics. Remember, it's going to be a lot of people that are in the same situation retirement-wise, and it's just good to have them kind of discuss kind of what they've done that's been successful, what they've done that maybe hasn't been so successful. And then finally, you want to give them some surveys at the end to make sure that you're gathering feedback. So like anything else, the more you do with these, the better you're going to get. It's definitely good to get those, feedback on how the seminar went so you can improve it for the next one that you actually perform. So, these, as you see, if you've done one of these and you're successful, you're going to want to do more of them and improve each time and have that seminars in the future be as good as possible. So, I'll just finally wrap up here with some follow-up items that are, I think, very important. So, when you're having the seminar, you're not going to be able to probably spend as much time with each individual as you would like. So it's very important to have some kind of system, whether it be a sign-up sheet, maybe an assistant in the back, or even a family member if you don't have an assistant, to basically collect their information for the attendees and schedule a future appointment. And just let them know that, hey, everyone's situation is a little different, and for me to kind of spend some time on your exact situation, and we can talk about what needs to be done, or what we can do for that individual. It's important for them to schedule a future meeting with you. So you definitely want to get that those appointments set up right then and there. You don't want to wait as time passes, because as we know, people procrastinate, and people's memories are short. So try to schedule those future meetings right at the end of the seminar. Always, express gratitude and let them know that your door is always open, even if they're not going to set up an appointment at a future in the future. There may become a time that they do look to you as an expert and want to reach out and work with you. So, be as gracious as possible and thank your attendees. And as always, you want to be on your most personable behavior there, and just try to build as many relationships as you can with the attendees. It's just going to help with, they have to feel comfortable with you and working with you for them to do business with you in the future. So very important to just be considerate of that. And then additional, tips that you want to make sure that you do. Before you do the retirement seminar, you want to make sure that you're going to practice it. And you're going to want to practice it with any, guest speakers that you have or experts. So definitely practice it ahead of time. Be as well prepared as you can. You don't want to walk in cold like you're doing it the first time, and just not have it go as well as it could. So practice is important. Timing, like we said about accessibility and knowing your client base, you want to pick a time of the day that is convenient for your target audience. And the example I always give, if you're, targeting retirees, generally probably during the day is good, right? Because they're retired, they don't have too many conflicts. It's light out, they feel comfortable traveling to wherever they need to get to. So that would be good. If you're, inviting pre-retirees, they are probably still working. So maybe something a little bit later in the evening so they can come after work makes the most sense. Refreshments, you always, you don't have to go overboard with the refreshments and things like that, but definitely want to make sure you have some drinks and some refreshments available for them, and some, snacking, or if you're, I've seen people have it at restaurants where, they actually give you a sit-down meal. So depending on what your budget is and how bad you want to impress them, but remember, at the end of the day, the information that you're providing and presenting is going to be the most important. Always know that your technology is going to be well supported, and your presentation, it goes back to practicing and making sure that you're okay with any of the technology that you're going to use for the presentation. And like I said, evaluating the feedback is very important for future seminars. You definitely want to improve as you go. Your first one's probably not going to be your best when you're just starting out. So to be able to improve each time you do one of these retirement seminars is important. So just planning, execution is very important. And then finally, just if you have any questions, if there's anything I didn't touch on today or wasn't clear on, please reach out to myself or Mark. We'd be glad to help you. Think about what works best for what you're trying to do. And if you have questions on, something specific, please give us a call. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. I think there is a question. Question we do have in there: how do I become an agent? They're licensed. So yeah, as I said, I think I covered on the first portion of this. If you are a licensed agent and want to work with Pinnacle, you can simply go to our contracting site of our pfsinsurance.com website and click right there on contracting. and then contract now, and that'll start the process of getting contracted with Pinnacle. If I'm misunderstanding that question, too, if you want to get licensed, you do need to take your life and health license with your whatever state you're in to become a licensed agent. I think that is all the questions that we have. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Hopefully, they gave you some tidbits to think about. If you've, either already have done retirement seminars, or you're just thinking about, if it's a possibility or something that makes sense for you and your client base, or if it's growing your client base to have these retirement seminars. So, yep, I will end things now. Again, appreciate for everyone joining us today. Have a great rest of your day.